Wrong. I'm Satan. It seems that while we're in this world, the curse that switched our bodies is nullified. And in order to win, you have to confess your love to the heroine up on the roof of Legend, and she has to accept you. Do I have that right? You know what this means, right, Lucifer? It's a competition to see which of us can get the happy ending. You or me. Because I won't lose to the likes of him. Yuki, I'm not gonna make you fall for me. No. You're gonna fall for me naturally. As a matter of course. Oh, I was wondering who'd bumped into me. So it's you, Yuki. If you walk around carrying so much stuff in your arms like that, you can't see where you're going, can you? What's going on? Where are you going with all of that? Oh, those are teaching materials for the next class. The teacher asked you to bring them? You're too nice, Yuki. Running errands for someone like that. Alright, well, guess I'm going to have to help you, aren't I? Here, let me carry half of what you got there. Ah, it's nothing. I'm only carrying some stuff for you. I mean, you looked like you were going to end up getting into an accident like that. It's all well and good to work hard and push yourself, but every once in a while, you should call on me to help you. But make sure you ask me, not anyone else. Alright? So, tomorrow's finally the big day. Embarrassing lines. No, just be honest and call them what they are. What you really mean is that you can't think of any more cliché, over-the-top sweet lines. So, what's the plan for tomorrow? Yuki, do you have a second? I feel bad, and I'm sorry. Lucifer and I are the reason you got caught up in all this weird business. And before we head back to the real world, I just wanted to apologize for that. Well, see ya. Did you have something you wanted to say? What do you know, human? I'm kidding. Sorry, I just wanted to say that. You're saying Lucifer doesn't think of me as a child? He only acts like that because he doesn't want Diavolo to think less of him. I can't say I agree with you there, personally. But even so, you also said that I don't need to force myself to like someone I don't. That's a refreshing point of view. You're the first person who's ever said anything like that to me. And here you are, just a human. Thanks. We still had no idea at that point. We never could have guessed what was about to happen the next day. Yeah, wasn't today supposed to be graduation day? Anyway, if you think about everything John told us and what it likely meant, it seems to me that we're about to hit the final battle. What?
Merman, I'm over here. Whereas here in the real world, it seems the magic that caused us to switch bodies hasn't worn off yet. No problem. I've got Lucifer. Well, it's nothing my big brother can't handle now, is it? Even Cerberus becomes like a regular dog when faced with Lucifer's icy stare. Don't be crazy. That's something only you can do. I wouldn't have a chance. Well, maybe. I was once a part of you, after all. Oh, man, you should see how goofy you look right now. That won't be necessary. I hate speeches. They're a giant hassle, and I've got no intention of agreeing to give one. What, is there something wrong with me being here? By the way, I heard everything you guys said. So don't just stand there doing nothing. Come on, let's get going. To the human world, yes. That was your plan, right? To find the witch who created the curse that caused us to switch bodies and have her lift it. unlike a certain stupid mammon, I won't be deceived so easily. That's not what this is about. I'm just tired of being in this body, that's all. I've gotten all the fun out of it I can. Exactly how long do you plan to hang around here goofing off? Come on, time to get moving. You never have any money, Mammon, regardless of the world you're in. Well, Lucifer, it seems Mammon doesn't want one. So I guess we'll only be needing 3 then. 1 for you, 1 for me, and 1 for Yuki. Mammon, quit shouting every time you see something mildly interesting. You're embarrassing us. Maybe, yeah. You know, the view out the window is nice. And he had on a white and brown jacket with a keychain shaped like a tail attached to his belt loop. What did you do this time, Mammon? Well, in any event, you'd better tell us what happened. And start at the beginning. A pretty big one, that's for sure. None of this would have happened if you hadn't insisted on telling them your name. But being the total fool you are, you just had to, didn't you? Only one version of events is ever true. It's a line from the Midfall Murders, a Human World crime suspense series. That was the lead character Inspector Adler's famous catchphrase. The perpetrators had best give themselves up now while they still have the chance, because I will find them. I never thought a day would come when I'd actually get to say that in real life. It's one of our powers as demons. We're able to manipulate humans, sort of like a form of hypnosis. But Lord Diavolo has explicitly forbidden anyone from doing that to you, so don't worry. As long as we're on the subject, I should mention that Asmo's power to seduce others is an even more powerful form of manipulation. Oh wait, I forgot. He actually tried to charm you, but it turned out his powers don't work on you. Every once in a while, we come across special humans who are immune like that. Almost all of them turn out to be witches or sorcerers, people with exceptional magic power. But in your case... What did you say? Alright, I will now prove to you that the man you see before you, Mammon, is innocent. Yes, because the truth is that she actually knew him. Just before she died, someone she knew appeared before her unexpectedly. It seems that's why she said his name in those last moments. Indeed, it's only natural that you would think Mammon is the killer. By the way, where at the table was the spirit medium Grisella? Where was she sitting? Precisely. And Mammon came through the door into the lounge, the one she had her back to. As soon as everyone inside the lounge realized that someone was intruding on them, they all turned to see who it was. Which means that Grisella had to have been facing Mammon's direction. Starting to make sense now, is it? The long and short of it is that given your position, you couldn't have stabbed her. Now do you get it? In any event, we should go ahead and seal off the lounge until we've reached the next station. Whoever did this is still hiding somewhere on this train. Everyone, I'd ask you to remain inside your cabins until further notice. Only one version of events is ever true. Priscilla, is that you? So then, I guess we need only torture each one of them separately until we find our answer. Only one version of events is ever true. Isn't that right, Yuki? I can't take it anymore, Yuki. I can't just sit here and watch. Allow me to take over from here. Yes, Noah. You are the killer. You and you alone.
Where's your proof?
The handle of the knife that was found on Grisella's back was pointed slightly downward, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at the time of the incident, both Sophia and Lucas were standing up as they had gotten up out of their seats.
Yeah, I mean, that was my natural reaction.
Right, mine too. I was so frightened and upset that I jumped to my feet.
Only one version of events is ever true.
You really are loving this, aren't you?
The killer is the one person who didn't stand up. Noah. he threw that knife up at Grisella from a seated position. That's why the knife was lodged in her back at a downward angle. Sophia and Lucas were standing at the time Grisella was stabbed. So if they had done it, the knife would have been either been perpendicular to her back or pointed upward. In other words, Noah is the only one who could have thrown the knife, since he was the only one seated at the time. No. Which is exactly why I made sure to stay away from it. And yet, for all my effort...
Yes, we're ourselves again. Me. But that speech is supposed to be given. Refuse. You must be kidding. By the time I'm done, Lord Diavolo won't be able to stop gushing about what an amazing speech I gave. And how it was even better than anything you could have done. Alright then. Here's to lifting the curse that had Lucifer and me in each other's bodies. Apparently, a new game showed up for him today, so he's going to stay holed up inside his room for a while. Unbelievable. Diavolo himself personally invited him to this celebration, and he's not even going to show up? If you hope to serve as my representative from now on, then errands like that are as much your responsibility as mine, Satan. I'm afraid that appears to be the case, yes. Satan, what do you think happened exactly? Pfft. No. He wasn't anywhere Yuki or I looked, at least. Are you certain that it was Levy that called you earlier? But after searching the rest of the house and coming back, we found his DDD laying on the ground, while Levy himself was nowhere to be seen. Then where is he? You'd think he'd leave his DDD here in his room, though? Fine, you go sleep. The rest of us will stay up looking for Levy and Beale. We should get moving, too. Something's not right here. Lucifer, what's going through your head? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking that as fearless as you seem to be, even you get scared sometimes. You live amongst some of the most infamous demons in the Devildom, and yet it's the thought of some random ghosts that scare you. Anyway, I know this isn't the best time for me to ask this, but... Yuki, would you agree to a pact with me? I don't see why you're so surprised. Lucifer, just so we're clear, I'm not doing this out of some desire to make you angry. It's not about that. Yuki, a lot has happened these last few days, and... I can't do this with you standing right there, Lucifer. Give us a little privacy, okay? I don't want you hearing this. Lucifer! Thanks. Where was I? A lot has happened these past few days, and after everything we went through, I made a decision. I decided that I won't let who Lucifer is and what he does bother me anymore. You heard what Grisella said. You have to accept the hand fate deals you, no matter what. What matters is how you handle it. I can't go back and change the circumstances of my birth. But how I choose to live my own life has nothing to do with Lucifer. It's funny. When I say it like that, it all sounds so simple. The entire reason I was able to face my issues is because of you, Yuki. You're the one who helped me to be honest with Lucifer. And with myself as well. You want to make a pact with me, don't you? Well, it just so happens that I don't like owing people favors. So, if this ends up helping you, like you helped me, then I'd like to make a pact with you, okay? Come on. No need to get that excited. All right. Time for me to go ahead and take the oath. I am Satan, Avatar of Wrath. I pledge myself to you, Yuki, that we may be bound by an unbreakable pact. This I swear to you on both my name as well as the very blood that runs through my veins. I don't know why, but suddenly I feel a little embarrassed. Sounded like Mammon and Asmo to me. Doesn't look like anyone's in here. Yeah, no doubt about it. Yuki, you follow behind Lucifer. I'll bring up the rear. Something's not right. First Levy, then Beale, and now Mammon and Asmo have vanished too. Could they be hiding somewhere? Or could it be that... How can this be? You mean to say that Yuki and Belfi have met before? And the reason for wanting to make pacts with us has something to do with what's happening now? Well, we might have done the same thing, but considering the circumstances... Yeah, I can't believe that Beale, of all demons, would actually turn on Lucifer. Yuki, so, you're back. This has all been a huge disaster for you too, huh? First, you're taken from the human world and brought here with zero warning. And then, on top of that, you end up getting caught up in one brotherly quarrel after another. Though in your case, you take it upon yourself to stick your nose into our problems. That's why you get caught up in them. It's not like I have room to criticize other people in that regard, though. The attic has always been Lucifer's private sanctuary, you see. He's never allowed anyone else in there. I figured it was probably packed full of sentimental items from back in his Celestial Realm days. Things he couldn't bear to throw away. But I definitely didn't think that he would keep his own brother in there as a prisoner. Everybody always told me that I'm so much like Lucifer, but I never could have imagined that he was doing something like that. Lucifer thinks that there's no problem he can't handle on his own, so he keeps everything to himself, never tells us anything. Then he deals with whatever it is on his own, in whatever way he pleases. He's always like that. It's so irritating. Still, it's not surprising that he wouldn't tell me anything, is it? Considering I had nothing but hatred for him. And I do the exact same thing he does. I keep things to myself. Deal with it on my own. Do what I want with no regard for anyone. Thanks. So, I'm asking you to go to him, Yuki. You helped me before. Now, help Lucifer. You really are stupid. In any event, I think we can safely say that out of all the plans you've ever come up with, this one is the most moronic. I don't. Still, the idea of using the grimoire to get Lucifer to come out of his room is more than a little crazy. You see, to us demons, the grimoire is equivalent to a soul. Lilith's. What are you talking about? How could I have my nose against your ear when I'm all the way over here? Uh-oh! Mammon! I can't keep this beast at bay much longer! If you're gonna show up to save the day, do it sooner, Lucifer. I think we all do. What are you going to do, Lucifer? Responding with silence as usual. You always have been good at that. That's right. You're too upset right now, Beale. We'll never get anywhere if we're lashing out at each other. Okay then. Now that we've all calmed down, why don't we let Yuki take over from here? You came back here because there's something you'd like to ask Lucifer, right? Everyone besides Belfi agreed with Diavolo. I wouldn't say she was attached to you exactly. It was something closer to pity. Poor Lilith. And then he turned on you, Lucifer, which would explain how he ended up locked away in the attic. What? This is the first I've heard of this. Wait, you guys are getting ahead of yourself here. Have you forgotten how long ago the Great Celestial War was? Even if she was reborn as a human, by now she'd have to be, you know. Well, we've got a good grasp of what happened to get us to this point. So, the question is, what do we do now? Well, what do you expect? We are family after all. On the staircase, where the portraits line the walls. I left right then and there. How am I supposed to know whether they're getting lovey-dovey? Regardless, now that we've got them alone together, they can take the time to open up to each other. Well, regardless, later on we can go spy on them. Yuki! Oh, no, there's no way. Did you hear that? It wasn't my fault! Well, as you can see, we didn't actually vanish. We were trying to get you and Lucifer alone, hoping you'd make up. So, to do that, we disappeared on you, one by one. You can't deny that this is the perfect chance to have a talk with Lucifer, right? So go on, head back over to him.